Hello, fellow Taureans. It's me. And I'm sorry, my screen's here, so I have to make sure I'm on. My camera will only reach here. I'm waiting for my extender. People are complaining they're not seeing me. So maybe just these few will see me. Anyways, this is for September of 2022. And when I was trying to meditate, and because I got these new Celtic cards and they're very in depth, so I will be reading them. I thought they were proper for YouTube, you know? I kept saying 2020. So whatever happened then for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is coming probably back around. It feels shattering, like something that should have, well, I guess been closed out then, right? That we've been harboring. So first off, I got the number 19. I cannot say this. Idha, white poplar aspen. Okay, let's see if that'll focus. You know, see what I mean? I'm like trying to look at the camera while, yeah. So we're gonna read this, okay? All right. Totem is a horse, particularly the horse that pulls the sun across the sky, the white stag, deities, the crone aspect of the goddess, the green man, which is Taurus, by the way. If you don't know the green man, he is Taurus. Herny the hunter, it's a shrub. Keyword as adversity, endurance, determination, spiritual strength, the small voice of God, guidance, encouragement, courage, protection, rebirth, and sacrifice. Please keep in mind this is general. Okay. These trees are hardy, fast-growing, and strongly resistant. They offer courage and endurance to help us overcome our troubles. These trees also provide protection and shielding from death, injury, and misfortune. The sound of the leaves of these trees carry messages from the spiritual realm. We celebrate the fall equinox, and we recycle and compost what is left of the harvest. The cycle of this year of life is coming to a close. We give our gratitude for the sacrifices of the green man, and we honor the sacred relationship between the hunter and the prey that offers its life for our sustenance. Life dies so life can continue. The ogam for these trees is the letter E. Okay. If you get this, you know that you are dealing with adversity. The poplar and aspen offer you the strength to endure any adversity and promise success after the difficulties have ceased. I'm going to say this now. This is literally from September 5th through like October 15th, from what I can tell, okay? Sometimes you just have to hunker down and wait the tempest out. Afterwards, the sun comes out again. You leave your shelter to see how everything fared and what survived. And you might find trees down and houses blown apart, and still you're alive. You can begin again. You can rebuild. It's said that our challenges encourage us to build character, that difficulties help us to develop strength and resolve. In the midst of your trouble, when you're on your knees, you are more likely to ask for guidance and support. Your guides and helpers are waiting for your invitation. Go within and listen to the small voice you will find there. This is where you will find solace, support, courage, and wisdom to ask for what you need. Not what you want, but what you need. Okay, you're offered protection and shielding as you move through difficulty. You are encouraged to let go of what no longer is yours and which has ended. You are reminded that challenges, loss, and endings are part of the great round of life. Old dreams end, and you are asked to begin to build new ones, and rebirth will be around the corner. So this is pretty much like a tower card, huh? Yeah, you guys are going with them with me. It's the pain and the grief, I think, is going to feel like it's something you can't stand, but you need to remember that you've done it before, and it's part of life. So something's already gone, and it's like you just gotta allow those feelings to pass through you, I guess. And what's funny is under there is number 1, and we all know that means like the next step, right? Crazy. And then, of course, because September and Virgo, all right, I went ahead and used the holistic deck, and of course I got the 10 of fire, and I had to pre-pull these while I meditated. Okay, there is a lot to do. I will say this before I get into this card. It's like if you are in a relationship and you've been trying to hold it together, not gonna, it's just it's like you're gonna depart again on an important excursion, whether that's externally, internally, but you will be changed yet again through that process. Okay, you will be changed again through that process, and it's like your mind just keeps expanding. And I think that's funny because I actually pulled that card for me this morning, and I didn't realize it until I was literally halfway through it, because that's been well, 5.5 hours ago before a coffee. So it's like a travel overseas, education. It's pretty much a ninth house. Astrology, divination, getting in touch with your spirit guides, going back to school, learning a new craft. The love portion is like someone needs freedom. There's no commitment anytime soon. That's coming from those time periods that I picked up, just so you know. Now we will get into this. Oh, I have it upside down. This is 10 of fire. Comfrey, the plant. Comfrey, the plant. I really hate how, like, I can't tell where I am. Okay. There can be too much of a good thing. Stop. Step away. Soothe yourself. Cut it down and it roars back to life. So that must mean, like, this can literally overtake everything where nothing else can grow. Understood? It fills a basket. It leaves hanging above the story to dry. The counter is scattered with jars and beeswax. Oil drips on the wooden surface. The bulging apothecary spills over with medicine and has little room for any more. But peace follows overwhelm. Isn't that weird how this all just... You may be overextended. The shelves in this room are full, and yet the crafting continues. Rest and replenish so your experience can take root. To refresh your love of creating by releasing some self-imposed responsibility. This becomes a burden and difficult to manage, and it will regenerate after a harsh cutting back. Even a small amount can quickly flourish into a new plant, and commit to just a few tasks and set the rest aside. Pushing too hard will lead to waste and exhaustion. Do not be afraid to give away some of your creative ideas. When you harvest too much, you cannot let what you cannot use feed the soil for next season's growth. And it says, again, write down what you need to release and roll it tightly in a comfrey leaf and burn the leaf when it's dry. Make the salve for burns, bruises, injuries. Each time you use it, let it be an invitation to rest and soothe your overworked spirit. Use it in a magical practice, on an altar or in spells, or to inspire you to come back to life. Okay, so what this tells me is there is a definite history that keeps repeating itself in your life. Okay, relationships taking on too much, which of course is all kinds of relationships attached to that, isn't it? Which is causing a lot of anxiety, overwhelmed, burning out way too fast. And there was something about the earth signs. You guys will have to go back into my videos within the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and find that. I think it's connected. And that is definitely here. But this is definitely like in the near future, finishing out a course, in the near future, taking some excursion. It's like letting a lot of other crap go so you can come into something new. And that's the regeneration portion of what I'm getting. And it has everything to do with healing. I don't know if that's because it's Virgo season. Maybe you've tried too hard to appease other people. You haven't been able to get any help properly. I mean, there's so much that could go into this just from what I have got premeditating and pulling just these 2 cards. It's almost like you have to take a breather because there's something that you've been putting to the side that you were supposed to finish out in regards of like projects and stuff, but you've become so overwhelmed and not asking for help, not asking for what you need, or maybe you're with someone who just goes in one ear and out the other and don't give two shits. Okay. I am Brandy. Sorry. If you're new to this channel, I'm honest. I am a spiritual mirror and a shadow worker. Even when I'm just doing these basic YouTubes, that still comes out. Can't help it. That's how spirit communicates through me. You can go to taureani.com. That's all in the description. I have one question, time frame $10. I write it out. There's lots to choose from, pretty much. It's almost like you're so tired, it's becoming this passive aggressive thing, which is now turning into some like physical ailment. And that's kind of what they're saying, like there's too much. You can't, you've become so tied down to certain things, and that's not really you. While we are a traditional person, we like to declutter. Okay, as I speak, I have 4 kittens in this room. Because no one wants to be responsible. And I have to figure out where to take them, get the money for them, get them fixed. One needs vetted. He is actually separate. It looks like someone may have tried to poison him and lock him up. Welcome to the real world. Okay. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for September of 2022. Do you guys see the medical symbol in this one and behind the 2 of Cups? And that's why Spirit just amazes me sometimes. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to focus. You see how her cup is full and how he is peering. He is peering over her cup to take it. He's not depleted. Like, he's a taker. I don't care if this is the 2 of Cups. You guys got to look at this here. And she's all naive, and she's like, okay, yeah, I'm a healer. I like you. You're my friend. You're my family. You know what I mean? But doesn't he look like he's not really listening to her? He's not interested in what she has to say. He's interested in what's in her cup. What can he get? And you see that medical symbol, which is odd, right? In the 2 of Cups. This is the pulp tarot. And she's just very bright compared to him. Very, very bright compared to him. And she's all like, oh, I see your cup is empty. You know what I mean? And she feels obligated, right? This is supposed to be like pledging each other's devotion to each other over a drink, for an emotional partnership. But I feel like he hovers. So maybe someone's hovering over you and you just feel completely smothered, and that's why you need some freedom. But this is not the normal 2 of Cups to me, right? It's supposed to be an exchange of emotions, an exchange of energy, a contract, a new partnership, a friendship. And as you can just tell, it's not an equal exchange, whatever this is. It's not refreshing. Okay. Ooh, okay. The 3 of Pentacles, right. Okay. You're supposed to be working on a game plan or some plan that you've had for a while. This is body, mind, spirit, all being replenished. But it's like you're constantly having to be the bigger person. You're constantly have to devise plans. You're having to stop what you have going on to do things for other people, or not have any help in the house, or too many projects at work. You know what I'm saying? There's just an unequal, like, this is supposed to be equal. It is a triangle, and triangles are for Earth. Just so you guys are aware, triangles are for Earth. That's why it's on me. That is the death moth or whatever, before it became, you know. Because I am destruction and creation. But it's like, see, I see the glove here. Like, I don't intend to get my hands dirty. I'm going to let you all do stuff because I'm just not, you know, and you're tired of having to be the peacemaker, trying to keep the structure. It's causing so much anxiety, and that's why they want you to take a minute and step back. Right. We have the Tower. They want you to step back before you are forced with all this medical, this collapse. Which is funny. It is a number 16, right? So that's like the day after what I gave. Yeah, it's like no one's listening. No one cares how stressed I am. They think they're doing things for the best and they're not. So here you are with the Hierophant. And then we have a Leo. So you could be dealing with Leo. You could be dealing with another Taurus, Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio. Any of those signs. You know what I mean? Sun, moon, whatever. This is literally having to appease someone, which is taking everything out of you, whether that's your boss, your lover. And that's why they're saying you need some freedom so you can actually have room to be able to help heal people. But instead, you're literally, I like to say, wounded warrior. You're becoming so tied down and restricted by other people's responsibilities, or you're accepting too many responsibilities. You can't grow. We have the Star, and what else? The Six of Cups. Because something, like I said, yeah, it's trying to come back around, but it's like you don't want it because you are too tired. You are too overwhelmed, and you just don't think you can handle it right now, right? And they're trying to say, hey, if you don't take a rest and stop taking on more responsibilities than what you can chew right now, sadly, we're going to have to force that, whether you go to the hospital, whether you go to the clinic, whether you lose your job, because that could be losing your job, losing your home, and that's spirit doing what's best for you, not what you think you want, but what you need, okay? And I hate to say that for myself, but this is what we have. And it's a blessing in disguise, I guess. A blessing in disguise. Okay. It's not going to feel that way. It's definitely going to have to make you reach down deep, deep, deep. It's going to make you not just watch TV to get a rest. Like, as I speak, my throat is killing me. It's going to literally get these people the hell out of your life. That job out of your life. It terrifies me sitting here. It does. Discipline, boundaries, the armor king. This is your advice, just so you know. Lord. Be mindful of codependency and enmeshment. When you're overwhelmed, you may be around other people. Do you pick up their feelings like a sponge? Do you feel you need to heal them so that you feel better? Okay, that's anything. Like me right now trying to take care of cats and a boyfriend who sits in a chair because he is in remission. Well, I have 3 immune disorders, yet I'm up. Okay. Get grounded. Be clear about your own personal boundaries. Restrain yourself when you feel like jumping in to help without being asked. And it's a warning against forming unhealthy relationships in any area of your life. And if I still had the 2 of Cups, I'd say, I seen a white wisp, but this boy's over there, so I don't. Shadow kitties. Okay. It's strong and arrives to lend you its impenetrable shield of protection no matter who sends you criticism, jealousy. You will not be hurt. And that's exactly what that other card was about too. No matter the chaos, they're still trying to protect you. So remember that. Prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. And when you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit in the long run. Making sure you know where you end and another begins. And that is this entire reading, boys and girls. Discipline, boundaries. Okay, and as Taurus people, we are automatically resourceful. We automatically say, okay, here's this and this and this and this, and then we take it on too much. And as a healer, I get messages out the yin yang instead of people booking a reading and expect me to sit there and be able to converse all day long. I'm busy, and I'm here to help. I am, but there's also boundaries, right? So please keep that in mind. You just book whatever you put your question in. Everyone said, well, what is this? What? And then they try to get the question around. Don't do that. It's very impolite, and I am 1/3 of the price of other people because I actually want to help, but that is my time. So I will bid you adieu, leaving you on the note of boundaries. Mars and Pluto are here to help aid you in that, Taurus. To put your armor on and, one last round. Boys and girls, one last round. And remember those time frames in the beginning. Please like, share, comment, subscribe.